Traveling to Delhi, and it's insane at the airport. First of all, it's empty, and then you can only carry one bag. I had two bags, so I had to get rid of one bag. And then this mask is like killing, yeah. But I have the cutest mask in the world. It's by Manish Tripathi, designermask.in. You should get it. See, if I'm gonna put something on my face, I'm gonna put butterflies and dragon and dragonflies. So this is my first flight after 6 months. I think in my whole career of 25 years, this is the longest that I've been at home, and this is the longest break. So I'm like an excited kid over the moon to take my first flight. Although the airport experience is not nice, it didn't feel like home. Like I would always say that airport feels like home. This didn't feel like home today, but I'm happy at least I get to fly. I was thinking because the sky has cleared up so much, the view would be so awesome. Just 2-3 days ago, I was looking at the aircrafts and I was like, oh my god, they must be having such an amazing view of the earth. So I'm going to experience that today all over again. But I'm very grateful that at least my life is getting back on track. I don't think this is normal, is getting back on track of my purpose, although I think we all will have to adjust to a new lifestyle. So my trip is 7 days. I'm going to be in Delhi for 7 days, and I'm loaded with my books and laptop and guitar. I started learning to play the guitar. That's my second thing that I have learned, as a skill in the lockdown. So I've got my guitar along. 7 days I will practice. I cannot not practice. Imagine if I had to make all my videos like this. And with my glasses fog up with this mask, and you know how people are sitting at the airport. I'll show you. So they're sitting like this and talking, then when they look at you, they go like that. And then when you come closer, they go like this. So it's a funny thing. It's really funny. Everybody's doing this. Okay, when will this end? Yeah, but at least I'm grateful that I am traveling. Okay, so I am in my hotel in Delhi, and I always used to say that I'm so grateful that I get to follow something I love to do. I love to communicate. I love to speak. Now, I do workshops for a living. I'm a keynote speaker, motivational speaker at a lot of conferences, and I said that's what I love to do. And in the lockdown, I realized that while I love to speak, I love to travel more. And that has been a big realization because I have missed travel, and I'm ever so grateful that finally I got to take the flight and travel for work. But you know what? The experience at the airport taught me something, and that's why I'm compelled to make this video. The travel industry, the hotel industry, they all fall in the bracket of hospitality, serving people, where service is the highest value, that you can advertise all you want, but one satisfied customer is your brand ambassador. And the kind of treatment that you get at the airport today, you don't want to take a flight. I was telling my friends, you don't want to fly, because I was telling them I'm so excited that I'm going. After I landed there, I was like, why am I going? So here's the thing, rules have changed. For example, you can only take one bag. For example, you have to keep social distancing. For example, you have to wear a mask, and so on and so forth. These are things we know, but there are so many rules that we don't know that have changed at the airport. Talk to me nicely, talk to me kindly, talk to me with respect. Don't say, hey, don't go there, don't go, don't shout at me. My mom doesn't shout at me, and that's not okay. And I found that the same people who perhaps have been working and trained in the hospitality industry were not behaving out of that service or even basic kindness. Yeah, kuch bhi ho jaye, you can't lose that. The attitude was, I am here serving you. I am here because of you. Hey boss, I'm also there for you, because if I don't show up, you won't have a job to do, right? So nobody is doing a favor on anybody. It would be really sad that this pandemic brings out a side of us which is inhuman and insensitive. That would be a very sad consequence of this crisis, because then It's not over. If we've carried it forward in our attitude. And I tell you, a lot of people have lost their jobs in this crisis. There are so many organizations that have laid people off, not because they were not doing a good job, mind you. This is because they could no longer afford them because of the challenges that they were facing, the financial soup that they found themselves in. Startup companies who didn't have a sustenance plan, companies that were already making losses and trying to struggle to make a better future. All of them had to let go of good people. There are people who have jobs and are insecure. That, by sahab, if that fellow who was so good at a higher position lost his job, then maybe I am next. And you know what? This insecurity is right. Even though things are looking better now, there is hope in the future. We are still not out of the ICU. We are still not in the green zone. We have still not been given the flag and said, go now. Everything is back to normal. There could be another lockdown. You don't know. Who had thought 6 months we would spend in this lockdown? So what can I do today to secure my job? What can I do today to ensure that when the time comes, I will be treated as an asset and not let go no matter what the company is going through? So whether you have a job or not, you have to take care of these things if you want to secure your future with any organization that you work with. Because remember, while things look better, every organization today has 6 months of losses to make up to. Do you know how hard you will have to work? How hard we all will have to work to make up for that? And do you also know, while things look hopeful for the future, there is no security. It could still collapse. So which means you have to make up for the past and you have to make up for the future. And therefore, there are some attitudes, some ethics you need to put in yourself right now. Because whether you have it or you don't have it, you could be susceptible for future danger. First is work hard, work fast, work smart, do more than what is expected. Go forward and ask, what else can I do? I know this is not my job, but if you think I can fill in something, allow me to do so. And don't think, hey, there are some people who are complaining, I've never worked so hard in my life. Yeah, but times like these have never come in anybody's lives, right? And if you're working harder than ever before, you still have a job. No, that means, right? Ask the fellow who's sitting at home and looking at his family suffer. He'd rather work harder, correct? So don't complain about the hard work. It is a tough time. When, let's say, you're a passenger on board a ship and the ship is going through a storm and there is water inside the ship, what will you say? Hey, I'm a passenger. You know what? If the ship goes down, you go down. There are no passengers anymore. There is no captain. There is no private. There is no passenger. Everybody has to join hands and get the water out of the ship and sail it out of the storm. And that is what is needed. And while you're doing that, don't be insensitive to people. It's not just hospitality. No matter what job you do, you are serving someone. You're getting money in exchange, not for a product, but for a service. Even if you're serving your boss's interest, your colleague's interest, even if you're serving just one person, do not lose that edge of yours. Because you know what? These are such tough times that whatever we went through in these 6 months, you and I are going to talk about it for the rest of our lives. And challenges and crises such as this, they define us permanently. They damage us permanently. They build us permanently. These are turning times for everybody. Don't take the wrong turn. Take the high road. That if you're on the job, if you've dressed up and come and sat behind the counter, say good morning, ma'am. Because that you did that before. How can you lose that now? Because now I need to hear that. I need to see the smile in your eyes that you're happy to see me. Hey, don't look at me as a carrier of coronavirus. You could be one too, right? Treat people with sensitivity. I was very, very sad to get out into the world and to see that we're wary of each other. Yes, take precaution, but that doesn't mean that you have to be insensitive and unkind. And I see that going around a lot. And I also see there are people who are just so grateful to see you. When I used to walk on the road in Bombay, if you've lived in Bombay, there's not one auto rickshaw that will stop. They are manmojis. If they want to go, they want to stop, they'll stop. They don't want to stop, they won't stop also. And now you see somebody walking on the road, every auto rickshaw will stop, ask, can I take you somewhere? They want the job. They want to get back to life. Be like that. I mean, he's desperate, right? Because that's his daily wage. If he's kind to you, if he can give you the confidence that, look, I can take you home and you don't have to be scared of me, and I'm definitely not scared of you. We both are taking precautions for our own safety. Well, that's the kind of partnership, that's the kind of sensitivity that will carry us forward. So it was very important for me to make this video that, look, we're all going to get out of our homes. Is it a good world, or will we feel I was better off sitting alone at home? Let's make a kinder world. It starts with me. So I went and said good morning to that fellow, and you know what? He didn't reply. That was sad. I made an effort to smile at people. You can't see the smile through the mask, but you can at least hear it in the voice. So I felt at this moment, this was me giving back to the hospitality industry. That, chalo, you've served me all along. Let me serve you this one time when you are scared and need it most. But you got my point, right? That if you want to keep your jobs, if you want to keep your future going and secure, you have to be at service, in service, no matter what happens. And while the tough times won't last, you and I will. But will it be worth it? Will we be worth it? That is a decision that lies in the choices that we make, in how we treat others, our purpose, and ourselves. So I hope this video helps. And by the way, I have 75,000 subscribers. That is like huge in today's times. Thank you for your connection. Thank you for connecting with me. I have done my bit always to add value, and I really hope that helps. I know I have been a little off making videos. This whole time my head was dug into my laptop trying to keep my ship afloat all this time, and now that things are getting back on track, I am back on track with you. But the good part was you did have 271 videos to watch. In the lockdown, I also released my book, The Manhunt. It is already signed up to be the season 2 of The Final Call. So if you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. It's again an inspirational thriller, with a spiritual undertone. And I know you will understand and appreciate. And these are times we need that the most. And if you have a chance to read it, you have to tell me how you liked it. Please do stay in touch. And hey, if you have a topic in mind, if you have a concern or feel that I should make a video on a certain topic, write to me in the comments. I will do that. I'm here in Delhi. I will do that for you. Okay then, thank you for your connection. Love you loads.